Hello and welcome to today's edition of the Danielle Daily Show. I am your host, Danielle Watson. It is Friday. Are you guys excited and ready for the weekend? If you're joining me live, please let me know by typing hello into the comments. I love to be able to greet you. Personally, it is so much more fun for me when I know who's watching the show. As the host, I don't actually know who's watching unless you type something into the comments. So if you took the time to join me on your Friday, thank you, thank you, thank you. Whether you say hello or not, I appreciate you. Today we're talking about unfinished business. And before we dive into that topic, and before I give you the note to self, you know, I always try to keep the Friday show brief, but I just wanted to say I just finished having tea with a local friend here, and there's just something about sharing an interaction with somebody who is older than you, somebody who has more life experience, who has more wisdom. Almost all of my friends actually are people who are older than me, and this new friend, she shared so much wisdom with me, and it really is going to take a while for all of it to soak in, but I appreciate people with life experience so much. That's really the point of what I wanted to say is, you know, some of us think that because we've had a difficult life or because we've been through things that are messy, that other people are not going to want to connect with us or value us as much. And I just wanted to say that my favorite people are people who have had a rough ride. My people are people who, you know, they have life experience. They have had a lot of extremes in their lives. Those are my people. Those are my favorite kind of people. The ones who haven't necessarily had it easy, and they have so much wisdom to share. And so I just wanted to put that out there, that if you're the kind of person who has had a lot of life experience and some things have maybe not gone so well in your life, there are people like me out there who will love you all the more for everything that you've been through. It looks like Julio's here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you joining me live on the Friday show. So today we're going to talk about unfinished business, and I just wanted to give a shout out to everybody who has things in their lives that are messy or complicated. You know, don't be afraid to show those things to people. So on the topic of unfinished business, this is a continuation of the series that I've been doing for the past week on letting go. We've looked at letting go from so many different perspectives, so many different angles, and we're going to wrap it up today with talking about unfinished business. We'll move on to another topic next week, I promise. I hope that you have enjoyed exploring letting go, because it's something that we as humans are always, you know, learning. We're having to let go of things, new things are coming in, and it's not always easy for us, is it? I don't know about you, but there's a big part of me that doesn't like change. As much as sometimes I find new things exciting and adventurous, there's also a big part of me that doesn't like change. But living life and moving forward means constantly going through change, and the more quickly that we embrace change, the easier it really is. So I wanted to talk about this idea of unfinished business. And so as I've been kind of going through my home lately, I noticed that I have things that are unfinished. You know, half-filled notebooks, or even going through my computer old files, half-finished programs, or things that I just barely opened or didn't even open at all. Things that I have never completed to their end. And there are so many little projects I've started, so many little writing projects I've started, so many business ideas that I've started, so many blog ideas that I've started, you know, all kinds of things that I've begun that I never finished. And, you know, there's this temptation to pick them up again and to finish them, because I really like the satisfaction that comes with finishing something. I don't know, do you ever do this? I do this, where there will be some days when I need that satisfaction of finishing things so badly that I will write things on a list that I did just so that I can check them off or cross them out because I crave that satisfaction of having completed stuff. I'm very much a list person. I very much like to check things off. There's few things I like better in life than somebody laying out an exact path of things that I need to do to be able to achieve something, because then I can look at that and go, I'll do it twice as fast. And that is from way back when I was in school. I graduated from high school early. I got my master's degree in record time. I like to achieve things, and when you give me that clear path to doing it, I like to finish things. But I also notice that when the path isn't so clear, or when I have too many things on my plate, things go undone. They go unfinished. And when I find them later, it's really tempting to pick them up again. But what I've been noticing lately is that anything that at this point that is left unfinished, I should probably just let it go, right? Not easy to do, but that's really what I'm learning, is that I just need to let it go. If it's a half-filled notebook, there's no reason that I have to keep it just to fill in the other half with things. If I can get rid of it. If there is a program that I half completed, there's probably a reason that I stopped. And so I can go ahead and delete it. If there is an old email from 3 months ago that I never answered, at this point, there's no reason to do so. So it's okay to go ahead and get rid of that too. And so I've been working with and exploring this idea of letting things go that feel like unfinished business. So instead of making myself commit to finishing them or doing what I said I would do or following through, instead just saying, you know what, I'm letting this go. I'm letting this go. I am getting rid of this from my space. I am detaching from it because where I'm going is forward. And whatever it was that I didn't finish before, it doesn't matter. And if it does matter, the universe is pretty sneaky and has a way of bringing it back around. So if there's anything that I need to do with any of that stuff, somehow I know that the universe will find a way to bring it back to my attention in a different form. So I'm working with that right now, the idea of letting go even though things are unfinished. And that's what today's note to self is about. I hope it will help you in your life as much as thinking about things this way has helped me in mine. I'm going to read it to you. I'll read it through twice, and then you guys can get on with your Friday and your weekend. Let me know if you have any fun weekend plans. I don't really have any particular weekend plans right now, except for going to yoga class. We'll see, what else I come up with to enjoy my time. But here is today's note to self. Are you ready to write it down? I know it's a little bit quick here, but we do keep the Friday show kind of moving. Here we go. Today's note to self says, Dear self, just because something looks unfinished doesn't mean it is incomplete. Let me read it to you again. I'll give you a little bit more explanation about why I wrote it this way. It says, Dear self, just because something looks unfinished doesn't mean it's incomplete. So what this note means to me is that just because something looks unfinished doesn't mean that I didn't get what I needed out of it. So that's the completion part. If I finished only half of it, what I needed was contained in that first half, and I'm complete with it. If there's something that I need to learn more, it's going to find its way back into my life. But something can be unfinished and yet still be complete. We got what we needed and we can move on. So I hope that inspires you to take a look around in your life and at your stuff and go, okay, is there anything that looks unfinished? Maybe a half-filled in notebook, maybe a half-finished program, maybe a relationship that you're only sort of like one leg in. And even though it isn't finished, maybe you didn't reach the end of something, maybe it's complete anyways. Maybe half done is actually complete. So that's something for you to think about. I hope that's good food for thought for you on your Friday. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Remember, you can catch me back here, same time next week, 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 12 Pacific. I will be here each day next week, except for possibly one day because there's a handyman coming to my house and I don't want to do the show while he's knocking around in the kitchen changing out the faucets. So I'll let you know by posting on the Danielle Daily Facebook page if the show won't be happening one of the days next week. Julio says, great advice for decluttering. Yes, use this when decluttering. I've been using it when decluttering electronic detritus as well as physical stuff. And I have to say the electronic stuff has been harder to get rid of because, it's not really that hard to just put things in a file folder and think that you're going to get back to them later, because they're, you know, it doesn't really take up any real space. But boy, energetically, it's still a weight, it's still clutter. And so I've been trying to be ruthless and get rid of it all. Okay, one more time with the note to self, and then on with your Friday. Dear self, just because something looks unfinished doesn't mean it is incomplete. And I like to sign mine, love me. All right, have a wonderful weekend. Like I said, I'll see you back here on Monday. If you need anything from me, leave me a comment, email me, send me a private message. If there's anything you want me to start in on next week, I'm happy to do that. I love the ideas that you guys send me. They light me up with so many just thoughts, and they help me look at my life in ways that maybe I wasn't before. So send me your ideas if you have them. That's it. That was today's Danielle Daily Show. I will see you guys later. Thank you for the thumbs up. Very much appreciated. And thank you again, Julio, for being awesome and joining me for the live broadcast. All right. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.